Merci de vous lever pour l'hymne national de la Slovaquie. Please stand for the national hymn of Slovakia. Et maintenant, l'hymne national suisse.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another national basketball game here between the Slovak Republic and Switzerland. We are approaching the tip-off between these two teams in Group A of the pre-qualifiers for the EuroBasket 2021 tournament. Group A, meaning Group A is made up of three different teams: Macedonia, Slovakia, and Switzerland. Slovakia and Switzerland battling it out today for second place after both of them have lost to Macedonia. Before, in their previous game, we have three groups of three teams in these pre-qualifiers, of which the respective best team will advance and the best second place team will advance also. So we are as close to a must-win game here as possible for Switzerland as well as for Slovakia. Either team that is going to win today saves their chances to advance, maybe as the best second place team, but also keeps their chances alive to maybe surpass Macedonia in the upcoming two games after this one. So, as I've said, a must-win game basically for Switzerland and Slovakia. Macedonia leading Group A with 2 wins against, of course, Switzerland and Slovakia, while Slovakia has lost its first game against Macedonia by 8 points, and Switzerland lost their game by 15. Although, we must say, Switzerland's game was not here in Freiburg, was in Skopje, whereas Slovakia had a home game against Macedonia. So, if we look at the stats before the game, we see pretty evened out stats for both teams. If we compare the the performances they had against Macedonia. We have Slovakia or the Slovak Republic averaging or having shot 50% from 2-point range, 41% from 3-point range. Switzerland slightly worse with 42 from 2-point range and 29 from a 3-point range. The key stats, if you compare both teams' results against Macedonia, you have bench points. If you compare those, Slovakia got 27 points out of their bench, whereas Switzerland only had 12. On the other hand, Switzerland managed to grab or score 19 second chance points, while the Slovak Republic only managed to get 7 second chance points. So control of the boards will be one of the big themes here, since Slovakia has a couple of big players on their roster. Switzerland will have to make sure they control the boards. For those of you who have been part of the stream from the women's national team, we had a couple of days ago here in Freiburg. The problem there was exactly that Switzerland couldn't control the rebounds. Or the women's national team permitted over 50 rebounds in total for the opposing squad, which is by far too much to win a basketball game. In the end, it was only by 2 points that they lost, but it was a comeback win from an 18-point deficit for the opponent. So today, control of the boards, taking care of the basketball will be essential as always in key matchups. This is one of those games where every mistake can count in the end, and every mistake can make the difference if we look at it after the final buzzer. So Captain Brian Savoy with the number 5 and his squad will have to take care of the basketball and will have to secure it underneath the hoop as much as possible, if in any way possible. We'll see how Slovakia or the Slovak Republic does today or tonight. I have them as a slight favorite, but this is a home game for Switzerland, and they have a few jumpmen as well and a few renowned scorers. So we'll see. Gotu wins the tip, gives it to Mlađan. Kozic handles the ball for Switzerland. Pick comes by Mlađan, pick and pop that is. Gotu outside, very athletic big. Kozic looking for options, doesn't find them. Maybe Savoy on the corner or Mlađan underneath. With the moves, almost got it to fall. Rebound off the defender, out of bounds, and Switzerland keeps possession. Portanese with the inbound, and we have holding foul against Slovakia. Kozic with the first try, good rebounding, but mistimed the jump there. Would have been an easy layup. Jumped too early, was already on the way down. Savoy, the captain, to the rescue, no good. Rebound goes to Slovak. Back the other way, bringing it up is Krajkovic. Looking for inside options. Gotu will have his hands full tonight. As Sedmak was already setting up there in the post. Number 13 trying to get position early. And Switzerland will have to make sure they don't foul too much. If they get in the paint there, tipped away by Mlađan. In and out for Slovakia. That was halfway down, but we're staying tied up at 0 points each. As Mlađan is looking for options. Gotu hands it off to Savoy. Ball movement will be key as well. Danese, Kozic on the curl, maybe, no good. Rebound goes to Slovakia. So a bit of a nervous start here for both teams. So far, at least. Good recovery, possible blocking opportunity, but great layup there from Slovakia, namely by Kyle Kuric. Acrobatic finish for 2 points. Gotu, speaking of acrobatic finishes, that is an and one for the answer. Number 15 from Switzerland. Certified jump man for Switzerland. Very, very athletic player. usually going up for the dunk, but also has a couple of reverse layups up his sleeve. Possibility to get Switzerland in front, and he does. Clean switch, 3-2. The score after 2 minutes play. Rajkovic, Körner, the captain. The ball keeps moving again. Slovakia, as Couture grabs that rebound from the top of the backboard there almost. So Slovakia looking for inside plays early on, whereas Mlađan can shoot from anywhere, no good. Kuric. Down low. Sedmak over to Krajkovic again. Ball keeps moving to find the ball, the man deep down at the end of the play. Mlađan, good vision there, easy layup miss, but Mlađan cleans it up. Team play can also mean that you grab the offensive rebound after a missed layup from your teammate. Switzerland showing signs of hard work early on. 5-2. Rajkovic on the drive, over to Sedmak, can also shoot from the corner and does hit. Almost didn't touch the net on that swish. Ties it up at 5 each. Kozic. Pick and roll up top. Again, everybody moving. Good sign for Swiss set plays here. Savoie mid-range jumper, clean as a whistle for 2. Hello and welcome to 490 viewers at home. Bonsoir à tous et à toutes. Si vous regardez de vos maisons. Und natürlich guten Abend an alle Deutschschweizer Zuschauer. No Slovakian, so English must do. Mlađan, floater, corkscrew move there. Not the easiest of shots. Lob pass, Savoie was waiting for it. Lob to Couture, who can jump and does. Slam dunk for Couture. Great vision by Savoie. Anticipated the pass first and then saw Couture breaking out for the easy deuce on the other hand. Kuric. Couture hedging out, now has to find another player to defend. Succeeds. I like the defensive effort that Switzerland is putting up here. Everybody active. Active feet, active hands. Mlađan. Danese. Deep three-pointer. 2 bad shots in a row and a foul against Slovakia. Mistimed the step there, Körner. Gives the ball back to Switzerland. Just in case there are any questions in the YouTube chat, you can ask them. I will see them at least from time to time. Bonjour Ziat at this point, who just joined the YouTube chat. Kozic. Down low, 2 players there, somebody has to go away. Kozic finds the drive but loses the ball. Argues with the ref that Slovakian hand was responsible for that. But there are only so few whistles from a referee that were changed by arguing. But was a quick agreement, so no worries there as Roberto Kovac checks in for Switzerland. Takes care of his defensive assignment. All-round player. Strong suit. From what I saw, is defense. All right. Next 3-point opportunity, no good. Rebound goes to Switzerland. Lucky there. Well saved. Scoop layup by Mlađan. I must say, very creative choices of shots there, but not the best of shots. The ball must keep moving. There must be better opportunities to shoot the ball than what we saw in the last 3 attacks. 3 attacks that resulted in 0 points. But the defense is holding up, which gives a bit of space for experiments. Kuric scores, ties it up at 9. Mid-range jumper. Mlađa. Savoie. Kovac. A lot of movement, no results so far. Portanese will try on his own and score on the floating layup there. The power of will only, but it was enough to score those 2 points. Switzerland will be happy to have scorers that grab that are confident enough to make such shots. Kovac. Portanese again. Savoie. Good roll there, but travel, a suspected travel, which turns out to be one. Couture hesitated there for one moment, was already in motion to have a drive, and then opted for some sort of a fadeaway layup. Switched his stance and got penalized with a traveling violation. Kovac almost with the steal there. We are still at 11 to 9 points. Difficult 3-pointer, no good for Slovakia. Trapped in the corner, saves it. Out to another open shot, no good. And we have a foul against Savoie on the rebound. Holding foul. So Slovakia will get another possession. Mid-range jump shot, no good. Rebound is secure. Back to Savoie. Savoie creates an open shot, cannot hit. Rebound goes to Slovakia. Splits the defenders there. Kuric, bounce pass off the foot of Couture. Shot clock stays at 19 seconds. But Slovakia keeps possession. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. As we have Bilic getting open again. Switzerland fell asleep there for a quick second. As Bilic traversed all of the Switzerland's paint for an easy jump shot at the other end. Kovac, quick trigger, no good. Savoie saves it. Portanese tied up at 11. Switzerland struggling right now to get a player movement that really affects the Slovakian defense. We have the ball movement off the ball has slowed down, so time and time again somebody's winding up with the ball in hand and will have to create. Portanese is able to do that so far, but it results in difficult shots so far, and we'll see how that goes. But Switzerland will have to find more offense, more team offense, and less individual brilliance in order to win this game, or in order to stay competitive over 40 minutes, because this is the starting lineup. Except for Roberto Kovac, All right, back the other way with Slovakia as Portanese hits both free throws. 2-point lead for Switzerland. Hesitation, dribble, and the foul on the block. Block attempt there by Mlajan. As I take a quick glance at the box score, Belik has 2, Kona has 2, Sedmak with the 3-pointer from the corner, Kuric has 4. On the Swiss side, we have Couture with 5, the end 1, and the slam dunk. We saw Mlajan with 2, Portanese with 4, Savoie with 2. All right, we'll take a closer look as soon as the quarter breaks here. For now, we see Slovakia tying it up yet again. And we see a substitution for Switzerland. Marco Mlajan will get his first breather as Paul Grave enters the game for Switzerland. Knotted up at 13. Who will find their offense first? Portanese gets doubled underneath. Great pass. Kovac. Ball movement is there. No good on the shot. Rebound goes to Slovakia. Well defended, we must say also. Doesn't necessarily have to be bad offense. It can also be great defense, which is played by Slovakia so far. That eliminates the player movement off the ball. Great screen there. Wow, that was a close call there. Great layup by Mario Iring. Grave, Couture, and Savoie. Portanese gets open up top, no good. Rebound goes to Slovakia, as Couture couldn't reach the ball for a normal rebound. He tried to tap it over to his teammates, but wound up out of bounds. So Slovakia will get possession. Last 30 seconds of the quarter awaiting us. Pass underneath, blocked by Grave. Great hands, great timing. Second try, no good either for Slovakia. Grave doing all he can there to prevent those two close shots. Portanese falling over, but now without a foul. Marek Kozlik pushed him over there. Bit too close on the defensive side. And since Slovakia is over the limit, that doesn't get Switzerland another inbound play, but 2 free throws for Portanese. And the chance to tie it up 1 second before the quarter buzzer. Portanese 2 for 2 so far from the line. Make that 3 for 3. Couture already in the backcourt. Prevent the long passes after possible rebound. But Portanese hits the 4th free throw as well. Long shot, no good. And we have a tied up score at the end of the first quarter. Let's check the box score and the team comparisons for you at home so you can see what might have been the deciding factors. Before we look at it, I'd say well defended on Slovakia's part and an energetic defense on the side of Switzerland, both holding up to each other pretty well. So we have a knotted up score, but let's see with the stats. We have identical field goal percentages from 2-point range at 41.6%. We have a 3-point percentage from Slovakia that is at 16%, and Switzerland hasn't made one yet, so at 0%. Both teams scoring all of their free throws. Rebounds are evened up at 12. Assists are 2-1. So not much, not many things we can take out of these stats so far, except for the 6 fouls that Slovakia has already committed, and that put Slovakia over the limit at the end. was good for 4 free throws, I believe, for Switzerland at the end of the quarter. As we have some sort of a race here on the court. Let's follow that up as well. Somebody forgot the ball there. I'll let you look at it, and I'll check this box score in the meantime. All right. So what I wanted to tell you is Switzerland is 0 for 6 from deep, and Slovakia is 1 for 6 from deep. So none of the teams had much success from deep, but also because no easy shots were given up. Maybe a couple of more for Slovakia there, a couple of easier three-pointers, whereas Switzerland had to come up off screens, hard screens, and try to curl over, etc., to really get open shots. But yeah, you have to make them still. So if you don't make them when they're open, you end up with a tied score at the end of the first quarter. Back at it is Iring against Savoie. Roslik underneath. Kuric looking for options. Iring wants the screen, sees an opening, mid-range turnaround, fouled by Savoie. So 2 free throws for the man in blue. It's both, so both teams still perfect from the line, as Kosic brings it up for Switzerland. Portanese. All the way, no. Kosic thought that Iring had a hand on the ball, but he didn't. Couldn't catch it in time. Ball out of bounds. Goes to Slovakia. As Iring brings it up again. Backdoor cut, beautiful play by Slovakia, and 2 easy points for Slovakia. Assist of the day so far. Grave trying to get open, gets hit with the offensive foul. Grabbing his defender there to keep him behind his back. Not allowed. Offensive foul. Possession goes to Slovakia. Switzerland has to watch out now, since Slovakia is finding its rhythm, and Switzerland is still struggling to find an offense, despite with the physical defense that Slovakia is putting up. This time it's a turnover, and another chance to cut the deficit in half for Switzerland. Kosic. Portanese. Broken play. Portanese will have to manage this on his own. Finds an open Grave, but the skip pass was so far thrown that Slovakia had time to recover on defense. Saved by a blocking foul in the end, Grave. And another 14 seconds on the shot clock for Switzerland. But we see Slovakia's defense suffocating Switzerland's offense so far. Portanese, the only one that gets his opportunities on his own, but ends up with the most difficult of shots every time. If you don't have the juice in your legs anymore after 20 seconds of dribbling and trying to find an opportunity, then the jump in the end will also not work out, as we saw here a couple of times. Couture with the block on the jump shot. Second attempt, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Switzerland gets the ball back. Kuric there on 2 tries without success, but won't hesitate to shoot it, of course. As Mlađan re-enters the game for Arnaud Couture. It took Switzerland is not getting past the 3-point line so far, and we have almost a full shot clock. Blajan saves them, but the defense is real here in Fribourg. Switzerland didn't cross the top of the key for 20 seconds, and that is all because of the Slovakian defense. Thankfully, Blajan has all those turnaround shots in his repertoire. But this will be a long evening for Switzerland's offense if Slovakia stays this consistent and persistent on D. Sedmak trying to get position again. Layup is good and one. Foul on Blajan. And an additional bonus free throw for Sedmak. Sedmak did the same thing at the beginning of the first quarter. Got open, but had a couple of difficulties against Couture. Now had Mlajan on him. Mlajan has the height, but not necessarily the physical presence of an Arno Couture and the jumping ability. And tried to create a mismatch there on the lob and did so successfully. Kovac, Kozic, Mlajan. Deep three-pointer, only thing left for Switzerland still. Great defense by Slovakia, we must say. As Mlajan risked his third foul there already, but took his hands away in time. Switzerland trailing by 6 points. Kozic. So the fouls are part of Slovakia's game here because they play such intense defense. No matter who's on the court, they can afford a couple of those fouls. This time it's only the second one in the quarter. Turnover, easy turnover, and quick layup for dunk. I mean, excuse me, Mr. Kerner there for the two-handed slam dunk on the break. So Switzerland getting more and more frustrated with the looks they get on offense, and then had a quick blackout here on the inbounds play. I was sensing this was going to be difficult as soon as I put my focus on Slovakia's defense, which is just suffocating at this point. And as I mentioned, it doesn't matter if it's a bench player or a starting lineup player that is playing defense. Everybody's putting their heart out there, and it works well so far for Slovakia. It's the only reason Slovakia is up this far for me, or rather the only reason Switzerland is not scoring any points anymore. As we remember, the score after the first quarter was 15-15, so this is a 10-2 run, fueled by a defense that doesn't allow more points and a normal offense that gets their shots underneath the hoop now instead of trying to score from the outside. So Slovakia has done its homework over the quarter break. Let's see how Switzerland reacts now. Must-win games are always a thing of reactions to each other's reactions, of course. We'll see how Switzerland does. Kozic picks up the dribble too early, but finds Portanese circling to the basket. Portanese struggling to get a straight line to the hoop here to really cash in on the opportunity. Will get his breather as he gets replaced by Noah Burrell. And another position for Switzerland without even the possibility to attempt a normal or a shot they're used to. Lajan on the switch. Should be his third foul already. Let's check with the scoreboard. No, it's his second, I'm sorry. It's his second foul. So no worries so far. Third one will most likely get him on the bench to still have him in the second half without foul trouble, as Slovakia pours it on from the line. Simon Krakovic is back at it. And we see the first missed free throw tonight from him and from every player here on the court. Kozic struggling here with the aggressive defense. Trajkovic, Lajan. And offensive foul against Switzerland. Didn't see the number. It says 21. Let's check. Malcolm Lajan, and we have his first foul here. 2 quick fouls. So the foul trouble is real now, meaning he has to go to the bench in this critical time of the game. As Switzerland is trying to press. To get a couple of seconds off the shot clock and maybe force an easy turnover. Grave fighting underneath there. And we have a 3-second violation against Slovakia. So Grave held his ground there, as Slovakia forgot that she can only camp underneath there for 3 seconds. Körner with the 3-second violation. Kovac, to Grave. Close to an offensive foul, open three-pointer is good for Switzerland. Finally some daylight from deep from Juraj Kozic. And we're back at a 6-point game. Switzerland can use every boost possible. Burrell with the steal, back the other way. Kovac, Burrell, open three-pointer is no good. Air ball in Slovakia's hands. Kuric. Pick. Semak cannot handle it. Not sure if Kovac touched it, but it stays in Slovakia's possession. All right, so Switzerland stepping up the defensive pressure as well, picking up their players early on at the inbound, the baseline inbound already. Forced one turnover through that, but Slovakia still holding up pretty well here. We'll see who can decide this over defense. I believe this will be a defensive, or this is a defensive game so far. We only have 20 and 26 points on the board so far. Let's see if we can get another hold of the team comparisons. So maybe it shows up. Let's see for the steals, for example. We have 3 on Switzerland's side, 1 on Slovakia's side, 8 fouls, so pretty evened up. But Slovakia is handling their off-ball defense pretty well, as we've seen during this little scoring run they had. Right now it's a quarter score of 11-5, so Switzerland is back in the mix with the three-pointer from Kozic. But there are not many open shots that Slovakia permitted Switzerland to take. But we'll see for the rest of the game if maybe those legs get tired as well, or if it's just all heart for Slovakia. So far, the score reflects the game pretty well. Quick three-pointer in the face of a defense. Not the best of shots, but Slovakia gets it back. Open three-pointer contested by Couture, another offensive rebound. As Switzerland is switched to a 3-2 zone, but is now having trouble boxing out Slovakia. Almost a third offensive rebound. Let's make it a third one, since Switzerland lost the control of the ball there. So 3 possessions awarded in a row here on the zone defense. Back row with Couture and Grave, I believe. Mlajan on the bench with 3 fouls. And Bilic will get 2 free throws, since Switzerland is already over the limit. So Switzerland. Let's first see if he hits those 3 throws. Switzerland trying the different options on defense. 3-2 zone. He's usually there to break up the chemistry of the backcourt of Slovakia, which was harmonizing pretty well. Kozic, Grave, open two-pointer is good. Let's see if they get back into zone again, or if it was just after the pressing of the ball. That's back to man-to-man. So, all right, combined defense from Switzerland. With another steal from Kovac. Trying to get the foul there. Maybe overacting there a bit and loses the ball. He lost balance, but I'm not sure if it was that much. Anyway, doesn't matter. Slovakia gets the ball back, and it's a 5-point game, as Switzerland needs some sort of consecutive successful possessions here in order to get back into this game, also from a psychological standpoint. As we have Kovac on defense now, holding his ground. Sedmak, I believe. We have 2 seconds left. This will be a half-court shot or a foul. No, it's a shot clock violation. Just in time. Three minutes left in the first half. Kovac, Grave, finding room for Couture. 2-point shot, no good, but Grave stays with it. Couture saves it. Burrell, Kovac, alley-oop attempt there with the foul. Solid play there. Couture all the way up, but got fouled on the way up as well. So 2 free throws and the opportunity to make it a 3-point game. So Switzerland starts to find its options close to the hoop, which wasn't the case for all of the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, and is right back in. He hits the first one. Second one good as well. 3-point game. And defense stays on the menu for Switzerland. Kozic. Kuric up top. Fuzek with the block. Kuric trying to create. Close. Grave did not see the ball. Would have been a potential steal. Kuric, difficult shot. But another chance for Slovakia, as we see consecutive offensive rebounds going back to the hands of Slovakia. Great pass again. Again, a great pass, great view here by, great vision by Simon Krajkovic. Couture, 5-point game. Kovac. No daylight on the drive. Grave mid-range. No good. Tries to get his own rebound. Didn't get it. As Kuric brings it up the other way. Good hedge by Grave, picking up his defender again. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul, maybe a continuation. Doesn't matter, since Switzerland is over the limit. 2 free throws for Slovakia. Kovac and Kozic heading to the bench. Portanese and Savoie back in for Switzerland for the last 2 minutes of the first half. Slovakia still close to perfection from the line. Eight for 11 from the line for Slovakia. Easy turnover and layup for Slovakia. 9-point game. Switzerland must now look to not lose control of this game before the break. They were in it 2 minutes ago, or 2 seconds from what it feels like. Ooh, Grant Hill, LeBron James like layup there from Couture, using all of his athleticism. Didn't reach it with the right hand, so he had to put up his weaker left hand and still got it to fall. Great control, mid-air control there from Arnaud Couture. Kuric for 3, no good. Rebound Portanese. Good hands from Slovakia, the steal and the slam dunk from Fuzek. Defense. Defense is the difference here so far, or the intensity. Oh, another reverse by Couture. It's the little things here. If I'm talking about defense, it's getting a hand on a rebound that seems to be lost already. It is picking up your man early on, so nobody crosses the 3-point line on offense, etc., etc. All those things together make it a great defensive effort so far for Slovakia. But Couture is not done for the day and keeps Switzerland in it with his attempts close to the basketball and his good rolls to the basket as well. That was close to an air ball. Either way, Slovakia will get possession. Very curious to see the box score after this half, since Slovakia turned it up even more on the defensive end. See if this shows in the field goal percentages. Kuric. Ajkovic over to another open 3-point shot. Well played, Richard Kerner, my bad, 4-3. Alley-oop to Couture. Slam dunk. Stays radioactive underneath there. Arnaud Couture with the answer. Good for 2 points and a 9-point deficit. Ajkovic, again, great hands by Couture. And a foul. Ajkovic couldn't avoid since he was already on the floor. Brian Savoie tripped over him. And we'll get another 2 free throws. So if he hits those, we're back at a 7-point game after Switzerland almost lost control of the score here. But as I've said, this is a must-win for Switzerland. So Savoie making no excuses there, and Couture giving it all he has. As the captain scores his first free throw. And the second one is good as well. As Slovakia takes another timeout for this last attack of the half. We have 4.5 seconds left here in the quarter, or in the half also. And yeah, what can I say? Switzerland is battling, Slovakia as well. We'll check the team comparisons right after this timeout, but we saw a tale of 2 quarters for Slovakia here. Or at least the first 5 minutes of the second quarter were the strongest 5 minutes, where they allowed only 2 points from Switzerland's team. And the 2 points had to be were difficult as well. So right now, Couture is the guy that keeps on hurting Slovakia's defense as he gets fed by Savoie, for example, or Kovac, or whoever's on the court. Grave is there for the intensity on defense. We'll have to try to keep the Slovakian bigs out of the zone. 4.5 seconds as we see Slovakia setting up the plays, or the last play rather. This might get him a good shot. It is an open 3-pointer. He didn't score on it, but they did everything right there except for the score. Dalibor Livak with the open shot at the end. All right, now we'll take a quick look at the team comparisons here, just so you know what were the key differences. I talked about the defense at length. Now let's see what else our box score and the team comparisons will show us. 2-point field goal percentage is at 50 for Slovakia, and that's 47 for Switzerland, since it was that open that the player had to take it, but was not necessarily the one to take 3-pointers. So 90% free throw shooting for Switzerland, which is very good, especially since Slovakia is playing intense defense with a couple of fouls mixed in it. So the chance to get free throws at the end of quarters is pretty high, and if you keep it at that rate at 90%, which is elite for a team stat, they always have a chance to stay in it from the line as long as they stay aggressive and get to the hoop or force or draw fouls on quick takes to the basket. Slovakia, meanwhile, at 72% from for the free throw percentage. 10 offensive rebounds for Slovakia, 6 for Switzerland. Total rebounds 18 for Switzerland, 23 for Slovakia. 7 assists versus 6 assists. Switzerland leading in that category. 9 turnovers for Switzerland, 7 for Slovakia. 4 steals for Switzerland, 2 for Slovakia. And let's see the bench points, or the points in the paint rather, is 20 for Slovakia and 14 for Switzerland. So the offensive rebounds were one theme here in the first half, especially when Switzerland tried out a 3-2 zone that resulted in 2 offensive rebounds in a row, and then an easy turnover and 2 points in the end. It is a difficult team to defend here. Slovakia is bringing all it has here to the St. Leonard gym in Fribourg. And yeah, it will be a battle in the second half. That is for sure. Now the important thing will be for Switzerland to come out of the half with a plan that with a reaction somehow. Since the second quarter started out on a 2-10 run from Switzerland's perspective, if this happens again, this game will most likely be out of reach. To avoid that, Switzerland will have to defend as hard as they did and try to again find ways towards the basket. If I check the box score again, we'll see how many shots it took for Switzerland to end up with an 11-point percentage, with 11 percentage points from deep. If we count the shots, it is a 1 for 9 shooting from outside. So if Slovakia stays this intense on defense, there will most likely be there won't be better shots from deep, but most of the points came from inside the paint for Switzerland. And if they manage to somehow find ways in there time and time again, as they did at the end of the second quarter, they still have a chance to draw fouls, to get easy hoops, to get offensive rebounds, etc., to really have some sort of game going. But finding luck from deep, I don't know, maybe, but I haven't seen it so far, especially tonight. Slovakia has the same problem from deep. They're 2 for 11, but they get better shots. They get better shots at the end of their plays, more open shots to quantify or to elaborate what I mean by better quality shots. Less defensive pressure at the end of those plays for Slovakia, and thus easier shooting opportunities from deep. But we'll see. I, for myself, will take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be back with you as soon as the clock strikes 5 minutes left. And I wish you a good break, and we'll see each other in 5 minutes. Good evening again, as we are back as promised at the 5-minute mark before the start of the second half. Took the chance to take another look at the box score to see who the leading scorers, rebounders, etc. are. On Switzerland's side, we have Arnaud Couture with 12 points and 2 rebounds on 4 for 5 shooting overall. All 2-point shots, and I believe 1 alley-oop and another dunk, or 2 dunks even, taking full advantage of his athleticism. We have Portanese with 6 points, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 1 for 4 overall. One out of 2 2-point shots and 0 of 2 3-point shots. We have the captain Brian Savoie with 2 assists, 4 points and 3 rebounds. On the Swiss side of things, let's check in, or I have to say Marco Mlajan with 4 points in 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes, I must say, since he got to the bench, had to go to the bench pretty early on foul trouble, is now at 3 fouls, 3 personal fouls. Same goes for Slovakia's Krajkovic, also in some sort of foul trouble so far. We'll see how quick they get back in the second half. This is always a coach's decision. Will you risk to have your player pick up the 4th foul early on? 5 are permitted, so not much room there. For the rest of the game, let's see how they handle or how both coaches handle this situation. On Slovakia's side, we have Richard Kerner with 11 points on 5 for 9 shooting, 4 out of 6 from 2-point range, 1 for 3 from 3-point range, so a solid overall game from him, adding 4 rebounds to the mix, 1 assist, a steal and 2 turnovers. Let's see, with the steals, I believe we have a couple of suspects here. No, only 2 steals here. Yeah, it felt like steals, but most of the turnovers from Switzerland were actually turnovers, because good defense resulted in bad passes for Switzerland, and those passes flew out of bounds, and this makes for a turnover but not a steal. Yeah, so if we check the box score on both sides, we see that we have we still have a game. This is the most important thing in a must-win situation here for Switzerland. Basketball is a game of runs, and if you manage to put one more run together, this can easily result in it being a tied game, or maybe even a reverse score where Switzerland is leading at the end of the 3rd quarter. The start of the 3rd quarter will be essential for Switzerland, holding up on defense first of all, and then continue to find the options on offense that they were looking for at the end of the 2nd quarter. If they get those 2 things together, we'll have ourselves a game until the end, until the final buzzer. If not, this will result in a loss here. But that's only the side that Switzerland can influence. The other side is Slovakia, which will most likely try to get the ball inside again. I remind you that they are shooting 2 for 11 from deep. They got a few good shots at the end, but still also got better shots from underneath the hoop. So I'll expect them to watch out, or to look for shots underneath with Sedmak and Fuzek, etc., to really position themselves underneath the hoop. Let's see how they do. For Switzerland, it's been a mixed bag so far. We had attacks on from the wing. Portanese tried it, Kovac tried it, but we had Switzerland had the most success with finding Couture and finding inside presence somehow. If this is possible against this defense, once they break the first line of defense on at the level of the 3-point or top of the 3-point line, top of the key. If they break that line of defense, there are plenty of options, but Slovakia will try to stay aggressive on top. Let's see what antidote that Switzerland's coach Gianluca Barilari will come up with. Lajan is back out on the court with his 3 fouls. Same goes for Simon Krajkovic, so both players in foul trouble back on the court. Lajan for scoring and defensive purposes, Krajkovic as a primary to secondary ball handler, and Sparkplug very, very active so far. Most of his fouls have come on an over-aggressive defensive action, but it is it's exactly that defensive aggressiveness that got Slovakia to this point. So we start the second quarter at 38-31 for Slovakia. Mlađan, Couture, Portanese, and Savoie on the court together with Kovac in the left bottom corner. Couture, great pass to Mlađan. Was already on the way to shoot that and then saw a well-positioned Mlađan. Handed it down, easy layup for the big guy. 5-point game, and Slovakia will have to react first now. Ajkovic, Couture had the hand on the ball there. Good defensive possession after a quick score. Good start so far. Let's see if they can add to it. Portanese draws the foul. Every foul can count at the end. I remind you that Switzerland is shooting 90% from free throw range so far. So keep drawing those fouls. It could could come in handy at the end. Savoie. No shot available. Kovac, quick trigger from the corner, no good. Portanese all the way, arguing that he didn't step on the line, but he did, and he didn't when he watched his own feet. But before that, he stepped out of bounds with the tip of his toe. As we see Krajkovic bringing up the ball again. Both number 5s against each other. Werner looking for options. Well defended so far. Portanese now losing his man. And Krajkovic draws the foul. And an offensive foul on the moving screen from Richard Kerner there. So Switzerland has the chance they've been waiting for to get back into this game. Or stay in this game, rather. They are at a 5-point deficit, which is not too much for a basketball game. 2-possession game. Mlađan, hook shot, score! And one hook shot from Mlađan. And we see why he's back. 4 points already in this quarter. All of the 4 Swiss points after good passes. Got position, got the ball, and executed perfectly so far in the second half. Draws the foul as well, so we have an additional free throw for Mr. Marko Mlađan. No rebounders. This is either complete trust or precaution against what Slovakia might drop. So no rebounds, no rebound possible there for Switzerland. 3-point game. Bacan. Kuric. Krajkovic. Finds some sort of room there. Bacan, Kuric again, all the way now. Patient offense by Slovakia. Patiently aggressive. Different drives to the basket, and as soon as the daylight is there, they scored. And we're back at a 5-point game. Mlađan. Well passed, and a 3-pointer by Kovac. Mlađan directing all of Switzerland's traffic in the second half. 4 points and an assist for a 3-pointer. Seven quick Swiss points in 2 minutes. Switzerland is back at it. Sedmak, no good. Rebounds in Slovakia's hands since Switzerland forgot to box out. Bilic. Portanese. Back the other way. 1 against 3. Tried to draw a foul there again. Didn't work this time. Now he sees the room for a floating 2-pointer, no good. Rebound goes to Portanese after Couture again had his hands in between. And the moves by Mlađan. Excellent, excellent start to the third quarter by Marko Mlađan. Getting Switzerland back here almost single-handedly. 6 points and an assist for a three-pointer in 3 minutes. Missed shot there. Mlađan with the tip rebound to Savoie. This is the run Switzerland is needing now. Now it's time to cash in or profit from it as much as possible. Never know when Slovakia is finding its rhythm. Mlađan again. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe a travel, maybe not. Refs say it was. I didn't see it. But I was also mesmerized by the plays beforehand, so maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't see one. Mlađan is not sure. Might have moved his pivot foot there slightly on the turn. Only explanation I can find. Let's go. Let's roll with that one. Gajkovic. Kuric. Against Bortanese. Aggressive defense. Watch out on those crossovers. Sedmak with the screen. Mlađan looking for options. Gajkovic on the left wing. Baseline floater is good. 2 points. And an answer. Sign of life from the Slovakian offense. Amongst this, in the middle of this run. Kovac trying to get open. Gets open, finds Couture for the pick, and draws another foul. It's the 4th foul already for Slovakia, so over the limit of starting now. Kovac getting open. Kuric was waiting for him. Step back, turn around, whatever. Great shot by Roberto Kovac. Three-pointer. First lead for Switzerland in a long, long time. And a great effort. Bilic again a three-pointer, this time from Slovakia. The answer right away. Two-point lead for Slovakia. Scoreboard is not updated yet. Savoie, Couture for three also. For three, Jano Couture. Oh, we have two of the big guys here taking over responsibility at the right time. Back-to-back-to-back threes here, and we have a basketball game, ladies and gentlemen. The score should be at 46-45 since Switzerland has come back all the way from being down over 10 points at one point. And yeah, that's basketball. 5 minutes and everything looks completely different. Switzerland is back in it, found its rhythm, found its confidence on offense, and is pouring it on here so far. Kerner now at 4 fouls even, I believe, which is critical. It is 4 fouls for him. Has 11 points and was one of the most solid offensive guys here on the court. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Strongest period for Switzerland so far. Showing the character this game needs to be won. Everybody in it now. Kovac had a three-pointer. Bortanese had his hand in it. We have Mlađan doing most of the scoring. Savoie directing traffic. This lineup might be good for another 5 or 10 points here, but we'll see. I wouldn't want to jinx it. Fuzek, Sedmak, both on the court now. Bilic from the corner again. Back-to-back threes for him. Slovakia not shy either. This will be a battle of willpower. Bortanese, Kovac, up top for three, again, no good. Rebound, Bilic. Bortanese manages to stop the first wave of attacks. Great hands by Savoie drawing the foul. The intensity is here. And we already have 2 free throws for Savoie because Slovakia was over the limit after 4 minutes. So every foul, except for the offensive ones, is an automatic 2 free throw shots for Switzerland. As Savoie hits the first, ties it up at 47. Second one is good. Also, Switzerland is back in the lead. Ball out of bounds, stays in Slovakian possession. Seconds on the shot clock. Sedmak has to take it and hits it. Percentages going up on both sides. Head-to-head battle. Savoie in the mid-range. Ooh, and a crazy tip-in from Switzerland. Kanu Olani with the tip-in. And again, the effort gets rewarded. 50 to 50, and it's a 50-50 game here. Can go either way. Kuric can go to the basket, overpassing Fuzek, which is a difficult undertaking since he's that long and that big. But it is a turnover. Savoie with the next offensive option for Switzerland. Flex screen underneath. Lajan trying to get Olani in the mix here. Finds some room. Corkscrew move, no good. Had to hoist it up somehow because he didn't see his teammates anymore. Thus, at least saving the chance to get an offensive rebound. Didn't work out. Back the other way for Slovakia. Great pass to Bilic, who's hot already. No good. Rebound to Savoie. Portanese on the counter attack. Spin move, loses the dribble. Olanihi can pick it up. Savoie. Portanese now open. Lost in the corner. In and out. That would have caused mayhem here in the gym as Bilic stepped out of bounds. Portanese was in the way somehow, but not enough for a foul. Bilic tried to evade him and stepped out of bounds. Olanihi somehow gets it to go. Rebound goes to Slovakia. Portanese with the hand in between. Didn't work out. Slovakia has the ball. Olanihi with the foul underneath. No reason for concern. Coming off the bench. Cannot be in foul trouble. And it is only the second foul for Switzerland in this quarter. So far away from foul trouble as a team as well. Inbounding baseline will be Slovakia. Dalibor Divac. Inbounding responsibilities. Sedmak gets open, will shoot every three-pointer he gets so far. Olanihi with the rebound together with Portanese. Long pass to Mlajan for the slam dunk. Two-handed. Switzerland clicking now. Slovakia with the answer. Portanese. 52 to 52. Mlajan will shoot from there, but doesn't this time. Kovac. Over to Mlajan. Now he has the open shot. Cannot hit. Rebound goes to Fuzek, who lives up there. Kuric finds Sedmak. As I've told you, he'll shoot and hit eventually. Three-point game. Slovakia finding answers. Switzerland. Oof, as well, that was close to a foul. Too close to a foul for my liking. Kozlik for 3, no good. Rebound goes to Kuric. Mid-range, easy shot for Kuric. And it's a 5-point game again. Defense is still key, even if it starts to roll on offense. If not, we go from a 5-point lead to a 5-point deficit in 2 minutes, which has happened right now. Kovac. Danese. Fade away. No good. Rebound, Kuric, my bad. Livak against Kozic. Kuric trying to get open. Next foul against Switzerland. 27 seconds left. Still no foul, still not over the limit. So another 14 seconds on the shot clock for Slovakia for this next possession, which will most likely be the second to last possession of this quarter. One good defense possession and an offensive score would be ideal for Switzerland. Let's see how they manage to do that, or if they manage to do that. Livak, open mid-range shot. No good. Rebound, Mlađan. First part of the deal is here. Now, 10 seconds left for this attack. Kozic taking his time. Gets the pick from Mlađan. Pick and pop as we know it. No good. Rebound goes to Livak. Finds the pass for Sedmak for another 3-pointer at the buzzer, and it's good. Oh, that was well played. Ah, that hurts at the same time as it was beautiful. Sedmak kept shooting until it was hot and then got the last shot here in this quarter, where Switzerland held its ground over the most of it. And then in the end, somehow, got schooled by Slovakia again. Team play against team play, but somehow Slovakia managed to get its rhythm back. And we're back at an 8-point game, which doesn't mean that this game is over, since we saw Switzerland catch up on a 7-point deficit at the half. Yeah, but it will need one more run, one more time that Switzerland leaves it all on the floor. Yeah, but Slovakia is here to score. Has a very balanced scoreboard if we look at it. Let's see again who's among the leading scorers here, so we get you the right numbers. We have Bilic with 8 points, 1 for 5 from deep. We have Fuzek with 2 points, 1 for 2. We have Iring with 6. We have Kerner with 11 still. I remind you that he's in foul trouble. We have Kozlik with 2. We have Krajkovic with 7. We have Kuric with 10. We have Sedmak now with 14. And 4 for 6 from deep. So Sedmak seems to have been hot all along, but he has 12 points from deep, which have hurt Switzerland badly in this third quarter. I think he had 2 or 3 3-pointers in this quarter. Always at the right time for Slovakia to provide an answer to Switzerland's runs. One more time. 10 minutes left for a last chance at this win. But it starts on defense. Fitting that Slovakia has the ball at the beginning of this quarter. Sedmak. Harder than hell from deep. Livak. Sedmak again. Fake handoff. Goes all the way. No good. Rebound goes to Mlađan. Man of the third quarter for Switzerland. Still on the floor. Foul trouble, a thing of the past, since he has still three fouls on his counter. Burrell. Kovac. Pick and roll. Pass came too late, but he couldn't see him beforehand. The big body's in between. Turnover, Kovac. Foul right away to prevent fast break points. And Slovakia gets it back. 8 points. And a difficult task for Switzerland for these last 10 minutes. Sedmak. Slovakia slowing down the tempo here. Kuric with the fake and loses the dribble. Couture to Burrell, can hang on to it, and layup that Fuzek tried to tap out from underneath, from the wrong side of the rim, through the rim actually, which is not allowed. Prevented the ball from going in, but it was an automatic goaltending, meaning 2 points awarded to Switzerland because the ball would have gone in anyway. Kuric looking for his options. Burrell again with the hands there. Last time it worked, this time it is a foul. Difficult task for Burrell. If he manages to hold his ground without fouling, this will work wonders for Switzerland, since you don't want to be in foul trouble at the end of a quarter where you have to catch up, because it will eliminate a part of your intensity, or the potential intensity. As Kuric puts in another three-pointer for Slovakia, who suddenly seem to be cruising here. But this is not over. 9 points. Kovac. Couture gets open all the way. This must be a foul or something. It was a foul, and it will be 2 free throws for Couture, who stays aggressive, who has been aggressive underneath all his life, and can provide that at the right moment now. Stops the clock. It gets the players a breather for the next defensive possession, and if he hits his free throws, it reduces the deficit point by point. Second one is good also, rolling over the rim and in. 7-point game. And defense again for Switzerland. Livak on offense for Croatia. Kuric has done a great job so far for Slovakia. Doing everything, a bit of everything, as Livak misses the layup. Next chance to cut the deficit. Kovac. Pick and pop with Mlađan. Woodwork. Woo, and we have an ankle breaker, ladies and gentlemen, on the tip. No good, and it's an offensive goaltending. Ah, too bad. Somebody pulled the chair from underneath Sedmak, I believe it was there. Stopped in his tracks and then had to sit down. But the offensive tip, when you hang on the rim, which is not permitted, that is like goaltending, but on the offensive side, and will not get you any points. You have a pushing foul against probably Burrell. Yes, his second. And the third team foul for Switzerland after 2.5 minutes. 1 foul away from the team limit. We'll have to be careful now. Kuric. Kozik. No good. Tip. Somebody forgot about Körner there. If you forget the captain, he'll punish you by an easy 2-point lay-in there. Tip putback. Crucial mistake on the defensive part for Switzerland. Couture. Kovac. 9-point game. Kozic, Burrell, Mlađan. Ball moving now. Kovac, quick trigger from deep. Yes. Yes, another 3-pointer. Kovac providing quality shooting from the bench here for Switzerland. 6-point game, and Switzerland is back in it. Turner with the screen. Pick and pop. Could shoot it, but Slovakia is starting to control the pace here. Will not attack at the first moment. Great defense now from Burrell. Kozic almost losing his footing there, and we have another slam dunk for Mlađan. All right. 4-point game and a timeout by Slovakia. Great defensive possession by Burrell. I was wondering about those hands and why he used them all the time to foul the guys, but he was out for that steal, and now he has it. Dove on the floor, couldn't handle it, but tipped it over to his teammate. Quick fast break and a two-handed slam dunk by Marko Mlađan. It is a 4-point game with 6 minutes left to go, 6.5 even. time is now not as horrifying anymore if you look up there, because beforehand it was like a 9-point game with 7 minutes. Now it's just a 4-point game with 6.5 minutes. So things can go quickly here in St. Leonard, or in basketball in general. Switzerland is back yet another time. Will have to manage to close the gap even more. But the intensity that Burrell brought, as long as it is without a foul, could be the difference maker here, or was in that particular possession. Let's see. Sedmak is still out there looking for 3-pointers. Kuric still doing a good job. Körner as well. And we hear the first Hauptschwitz here, which is the traditional crowd chant. Simon Krajkovic also on the court. Bit more of a pressure here from Switzerland's defense, taking 6 seconds off the clock before Slovakia can set it up. But this is the problem here. This must be handled or taken care of. Again, Slovakia finding finding their success deep after a good positioning, with Mlađan close to foul trouble. Knowing that, Körner took advantage. The moves again, the hook shot again, no good. Rebound, Kuric. 6-point game, possession for Slovakia. Things can go quickly, either way. Rajkovic. Sedmak with the screen. Somehow, they weren't agreeing there. Sedmak wants it underneath, that's it. Again against Mlađan, who resorted to some sort of a slap or something there. Tried to push his weight against Sedmak, but didn't have contact before that, so it resulted in a crash and a defensive foul. 4 fouls for Mlađan, which is exactly what Slovakia wanted. And now he's alone underneath there on a 3-2 zone. Körner. And another foul against Couture. Didn't see it. Didn't hear what the ref called out. He explained it to him. But Switzerland is now over the limit. And Körner, the captain, will go to the line for 2 shots. First one's good. Second one isn't. Rebound Mlađan. So Mlađan with 4, Körner with 4. Kovac finds Couture. That was a foul as well. Yep. Could hear the joints cracking up here. Only the second team foul for Slovakia. Kozic and Burrell to the bench. Portanese and Savoie back in for Switzerland. The referee reminding Portanese and Kuric there that there's no need to fight for position as long as the third referee is not ready. Now we have an inbound play to Kovac, and we have an offensive foul against whom? From the looks of it, it is Arno Couture. Didn't see how he did it, but he did it. Krajkovic is out for the game with 5 fouls. So the first major component for Slovakia out of the game. Livak will most likely take that job, or Kozlik. Rebound goes to Mlađan. Mlađan has 4. I remind you, great pass to Portanese for 2. What a pass by Savoie. Bounce pass, overhead. Difficult trick pass almost from Savoie, but the right choice. Kuric. No, rebound. Mlađan. Mlajan is also needed for those rebounds because he has those long arms. Portanese. Alley-oop to Couture. Slam dunk with one hand. Flying over the rim almost there. 3-point game. And Switzerland is back yet again. Liva. My nerves, ladies and gentlemen. As always, Körner. Sedmak. 4 for 6 from deep. Liva will find Sedmak most likely. No, Körner. Sedmak now underneath against Couture. No good. Rebounds. Mlajan. Great hands by Couture. Savoie over to Mlajan. Finds the way almost. Couture shies away from the three-pointer. Difficult after an alley-oop. Portanese for 3, no good. Rebound goes to Sedmak. So those legs must be tired now for Arnaud Couture, as he is taking advantage of every jumping opportunity for 2 points. Now again, another miss, as you see him walking up the court now, but trying to be at the right position at least, and he did so far, so no worries. Savoie. Couture. Kovac. Back to Savoie. Players moving, ball moving. Couture, all the way maybe. Lobs it to Mlajan. Evades another jump by finding the better opportunity, the better option. 1-point game, 2 minutes and 55 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Grab that popcorn again. Liva. Good pass to Sedmak. Good defense by Couture. Tip due to bad box out by Körner. Somebody missed. Somebody forgot about him there. 3-point game. Next possession. Get the pass. Mlajan. Kovac. Good turn by Mlajan. 1-point game again. Switzerland finding good options now. Time and time again. 69-70. Switzerland trailing by 1. As we have Kuric, who usually resorts to a pump fake and then a drive. Not now. Sedmak, 4 for 6 from deep again. Couture there. Good pass to Körner, the captain from the corner, no good. Rebounds back in Sedmak's hands, and a late whistle on a clear foul though. From what I saw, of course, the crowd is not in, doesn't agree. But it will be 2 free throws for Sedmak. Couture has 3 fouls only, which is not much for the amount of times he jumped into those flying Slovak players. It is crunch time, and Sedmak will now need to hit from closer than 3-point range, and does. We forgot about the stats because they don't matter now. It's about who wants it more, who has the necessary luck, and who has the muscle memory to resort to in the deciding seconds. Sedmak misses the second. Rebounds to Malcolm Mlajan. Once again, Savoie, captain, bringing up the ball. Livak on defense. Mlajan. Couture, Portanese. Savoie finds Mlajan underneath, who finds Portanese from deep. Good fake, mid-range jump shot off the glass, and the bank is open all day for Mr. Portanese. Marco, that is. The marksman from the mid-range territory. Now has to defend against Kuric. Liva. It is tied up with 1 minute and 7 seconds. Defense is key now. Körner. Mlajan has to take over. Rebound in the hands of the mighty Arnaud Couture. First chance to get a lead in the 4th quarter for Switzerland. Savoie almost forgot to get past half court there, but did in time. Couture. Mlajan. Kovac. No need for stagnant play now. Keep playing those plays. It worked out. Savoie all the way, maybe. Hanging and hitting, no, but the tip in. The second tip in, no good either. Too bad, too bad. Next defensive possession. 8-second difference between shot and game clock. Hero time now. Liva, Kuric. Switzerland over the limit. The foul will be free throws. Kuric from deep, no good. Rebound, Savoie. 8 seconds, 5 seconds. Nobody takes a timeout. Savoie down low for 2 for the win. Oh, almost. And we have, what's it called? Overtime. Oh my. Oh my. All right. Almost fainted here up in the commentator's booth. Yeah. Overtime, ladies and gentlemen. 71-71. And yeah, what can I say? It is a battle. Every hoop is counting, every foul. The individual stats are not even that important now. It is who can take over responsibility, and both teams did it as a team. As a team, both teams ran their plays, found their guys in the right spots. That is what when basketball gets is at its finest. And as a neutral fan, you'll be glad to have another couple of minutes here on top. But as a Swiss fan, that was the chance for a buzzer-beating win that rolled out the last possible moment. But yeah, 50 seconds until we start overtime. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'd have to get my stuff together before we start the overtime period here. But yeah, if you haven't been watching, and if your guys or girls or whatever haven't been watching, grab them, put them in front of your screen, and let's enjoy this together. Hello and welcome to 1,124 viewers at the same time. Greetings to Slovakia, to China, and wherever everybody is watching us from. Prolongation, mesdames et messieurs. Verlängerung für alle deutschsprachigen Zuschauer, das haben wir schon lange gemacht. Let's go with English and overtime game. Switzerland against Slovakia. Doesn't get much more exciting than this one. 5 more minutes of international basketball. Portanese. Who scores first? Who draws blood first here? That would have been a great pass. Tried to go for the alley-oop, saw that it wasn't possible and wrapped it around in mid-air. At least he drew the foul. 13 foul for Slovakia. Team fouls stay the same in overtime. So Switzerland is still over the limit. Mlađan has still 4 fouls, of course. Kovac. And another foul. Now Slovakia is over the limit as well. Best possible starting point for Switzerland. Kovac. For 3. In and out. Savoie tips it out for another offensive rebound. Great hands. Great awareness also. Portanese out to Savoie. 4-3. No good. Rebound. Who else? Mr. Couture. Out to Savoie. Deep 3 from Mlađan. No good. The rainbow 3. That was too much for my liking. Especially since he put up a great show in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Liva. Bilik. Sedmak. Turn around and the foul on Couture, who missed the first step there. Tried to hold on. 2 free throws for Sedmak. First chance for points here goes to Slovakia. Misses the first one. 2 misses in a row from the free throw line. make that 3 misses in a row, and the tip rebound goes to Kuric, who saves it to Sedmak, up to Hlivak, over to Bilic, another 3-pointer, that is no good, rebound Sedmak, good hands by Kovac, who has it, Savoie saves it in midair. The captain is doing captain things here. 71 to 71 still. Nail biter deluxe. Portanese gets tripped up in between. Couture will try a drive, draw a foul, and go to the line. All right, as long as Switzerland stays aggressive, chance for fouls is always there. And if Couture does better than his counterpart Sedmak, then this will be the first lead in overtime. First one is good. No MVPs in this game, but this is a stellar performance here from Arnaud Couture. At 22 points right now. Make that 23 and 8 for 9 from the line. Coach's dream, a big man that can shoot free throws. And is athletic enough to draw every foul underneath there is. Hlivak, first lead for Switzerland in a long, long time. First lead in overtime. Laja fighting against Fuzek. Now against Sedmak, locked up there. No fouls, please. He doesn't foul because they need him. Easy layup for Sedmak. So the actual achievement here was to position Sedmak against Lajan. So Lajan couldn't even try to foul or do anything like that because that would mean an automatic 5th foul. Good give and go, fade away a la Dirk Nowitzki, rebound goes to Kuric. Fuzek underneath. This will go on all game now. This time Fuzek doesn't capitalize. Tie game. Savoie over to Mlajan. Open free. This is his distance. No good rebound. Savoie. And a foul against Savoie and 2 free throws for Savoie. Savoie everywhere where you don't expect them. But he is answering the call right now. Sings the first one. How will Switzerland deal with Mlajan's foul problems? Slovakia will again try to find Sedmak or Fuzek underneath against Mlajan. Maybe the only solution is to hope that they find them there and then we'll have a miss. But we'll see. Bilic, Kuric. Loses the handle. Kovac has it. And we have a foul. A bad foul at that by Hlivak. Coach cannot understand. I cannot either. Why? Because Slovakia is over the limit. If you try something like that, you're most likely to get a foul. You're very likely to get a foul. And a foul will result in 2 additional free throws. So Switzerland gets another present here from Slovakia. Late in this game, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, and another chance for Kovac to push it to a double-digit, to a 2-possession game. And it was a clear foul, no chance to grab the ball there, especially since 2 guys were already back. So it was no real fast break opportunity. His other 2 teammates would have stopped that, but yeah, blackout here from Slovakia, providing easy scoring opportunities for Switzerland. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in this game. Switzerland has the momentum, if you can say that in this game, because it takes 2 shots from Sedmak and it's a Slovakian lead again. But these are the easy points that count, where the pressure is at its highest, where you're on an island there. at the free throw line. The only one responsible for the points or not is you. Roberto Kovac is in this mental state now, but he's used to it. Let's see how he does from the line. Crucial free throws. Hits the first one. Hits the first one cleanly. 3-point game. Yes, second one also. He missed the rim completely, but through the net as much as possible. 2 clean swishes from Roberto Kovac. Savoy's hand still active. Livak. Bilic. Bad shot. Good defense. And we see the impact that Krajkovic's disqualification due to 5 fouls has. That aggressive element is missing from Slovakia's game right now. Livak doing what he can. Savoy, Couture, hesitating, finds a better position. Mlađan. Now he had to take that shot. Mlađan, another 12 seconds on the shot clock, almost a turnover. Kuric wanted a foul, but he didn't have clear possession at that point. And we have 1 minute and 26 seconds left. If Switzerland scores here, they're in a very comfortable position. Just take care of the ball. First priority, no turnovers on the inbound because that would result in an automatic fast break. Ball is in bounds. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Savoy, Couture, alley-oop, come on, he scores! He scores! He lost control of the ball, but that hammer was thrown either way, and he put it in. 6-point lead. 1 minute and 15 seconds. Switzerland as alive as ever, and a foul on the 3-pointer by Couture. Jumpers will jump, they say. But not at that point. That was his 5th foul. He was stoked after that layup. Tried to go for the big block there. Puts Kuric on the line for 3 free throws with a 6-point lead and is now missing on defense and on offense. Kuric hits the first one. Couture now also missing underneath the hoop, which puts Slovakia back in position to attack Mlađan for another 5th foul, maybe. So Mlađan alone now underneath the hoop. And Couture hoping for misses. That will get rebounded by Switzerland, but they cannot hold on. Couture now hoping that this crucial mistake will not turn into a loss. But you couldn't single him out anyway, because as I said, every play counts. We had enough turnovers for everybody here, so it's just the ones that stay in the spotlight that get remembered afterwards. But this game is far from over, and it is far from a comeback from Slovakia, although they have their chance now. Mlađan will have to be careful. Bilic. Looking for Sedmak. That's what I meant, and now we have it. Back out to Bilic. Back into Sedmak. Scores from deep. From in close. My bad. 2-point game. Switzerland taking its time. This is a chess match now. Kovac. A score would do wonders, and Bilic provides an easy chance on some sort of a foul. It was a foul, but I cannot tell you what it was exactly. Either way, Mlađan will go to the line. Possibility to make it a 2-possession game again. Crucial 3 throws after a hit to the face. Or to the chest even. Yeah, Bilic ran through his screen there on the last play. Hit him most likely in the chest, which is a breathing problem after that. And which makes the shots, the free throw shots more difficult. One would be good as well, to at least make it a 3-point game. He hits the second. All right, 50% on those free throw shots. 3-point game, and Slovakia will need one more answer at least. Kuric, not getting open. Switzerland defending well, defending very well. 12 seconds without a pass. Sedmak, not as efficient. Bilik, pump shot, something. Kuric, another. What was it? It was a shot clock violation. All right, shot clock violation. I thought it was a foul, but they whistled. They called off the shot clock violation because it was an air ball. I wasn't sure because Kuric was kicking out his legs. That can mean anything. If his leg gets caught up in another player, that will look like a foul and will most likely be called a foul. But not this time, since there was no contact, I believe. I'll watch my personal replay here. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. It's what the officials saw. I'm farther away than your camera, so I'm not really an authority on those things. But yeah, it looks good right now. One inbound, at least one free throw, and Switzerland stays in contention with the other teams. What a game so far, ladies and gentlemen. 17 seconds left. Switzerland will have to inbound the ball somehow. That player will get fouled to stop the game clock and will then go to the line for 2 free throws. If they get the ball in, of course. We saw that once, saw that go bad once already today, but Savoie is at the handle, so yeah, nobody defending the inbounder. Trying to get a steal or something, or a quick foul at least. Blajan, back to Savoie. Savoie doesn't get fouled. Somebody has to. Portanese will have to go to the line. All right. So we are at in this at least one territory to really have an advantage after this one. Portanese is 4 for 4 from free throw range, and misses the first one. Still no rebounders except for Savoie. Now they go in. Crucial free throw for Portanese and hits the second. All right, 4 for 5. 5 for 6, my bad. Livak, 10 seconds for 4 points. Takes his time, I don't know why. Sets up another play. Kuric, nobody gets an open shot. Somebody will have to take it. Kuric hits it with 0.2 of a second, and that is why I didn't understand why Livak took so much time off the clock. It is a Swiss win, ladies and gentlemen. Switzerland wins this game. I cannot tell you how or why, because there were so many different factors at play. We even had a last-second foul against Kovac, which will give him 2 additional free throws. That goes in as well. One more. Game is over, but those points will count. He puts in the last one, 83-80, and it is a Swiss win, ladies and gentlemen. So many factors at play here. So much willpower from Switzerland. Arno Coty with a great showing, with a little overheating at the end. Certainly relieved to have pulled out this win together with his team. We had Blajan as a key factor, trying to evade that 5th foul as he did over 2 full quarters. We have Portanese with his activity and his creativity. We had so many players here showing what they can do. Sedmak was one of the bright spots for for Slovakia. We had Kuric, of course, doing great with the last second 3-pointer there. But what I didn't understand is why Slovakia took the full 11 seconds to mount up a shot, to put up a shot at the end. But yeah, I'm fine with it, of course. So Switzerland takes home the win, but it was a close call. It was a close game. It was an overtime game, ladies and gentlemen, with the buzzer-beating opportunity for Brian Savoie. So many things have happened here. Go watch the replay, go watch the stream again. I'll make a quick summary here, saying just that this could have gone either way. It's 50% shooting for Switzerland, 50% for Slovakia. It's 85% free throw shooting for Switzerland, which is off the charts for a team stat. It is 45 to 46 rebounds, 23 to 11 assists. Very, very close everything. Points in the paint is 36 to 38. You can choose either stat. It's pretty close. And Switzerland's bench scores 17 versus the 10 that Slovakia's bench scored. As we remember, Slovakia's bench scored 27 against Macedonia. So the whole team showed up today for Switzerland. It was a team win, and this is a deserved win at the end. But it would have also been deserved if Slovakia won it. But the amount of comebacks that Switzerland tried to manage to pull off here was incredible for my liking. And we have a player of the match, which is Arnaud Couture. I told you there were no MVPs in the game, but I'll still hand you his stats just to make sure you got them. 25 points on 8 for 11 shooting, which is excellent. 8 for 9 from the free throw line. 6 rebounds. Of course, 5 personal fouls, but 2 assists as well. Player plus minus of 18 in a game that was decided by 3 points. There you have it. Your MVP is Arnaud Couture. Brian Savoy's plus minus is at 10, and the rest of the team is close to 0 or underneath 10. But they were all doing their parts to really to pull out a win here. So congratulations to the Swiss team for a great showing, for a great fight. Sorry, and still congratulations to Slovakia. They put up a fight as well. They were in control at some point, and then again Switzerland took it back. It was the head-to-head that every neutral basketball fan can only dream of. Thank you for having me as your commentator tonight. Have a good night and keep playing basketball. Thank you.
Premier round.